Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Research Council discusses the executive plan draft of the National Strategy for the Scientific Research and Development 2040. The Supreme Council for Planning discusses the initial features of the 10th five-year plan draft and the expected impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the Omani economy. And the Ministry of Health announces 1,605 new confirmed COVID-19 cases and 856 recoveries. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq sent a cable of greetings to His Highness Grand Duke Henry of Luxembourg on the occasion of his country's National Day. Research Council Authority held a video conference today under the chairmanship of His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for Defence Affairs, Chairman of the Research Council. The authority approved the 10th five-year plan of the Council, which go in line with the National Strategy for Innovation and Oman Vision 2040. The authority also discussed a draft of implementation of a plan of the National Strategy for Scientific Research and Development 2040. The meeting reviewed updates of Corona Pandemic Research Program, through which 28 research projects were financed. The Council blessed the idea of establishing a 5G network and Internet of Things Center, which will be financed by the Public Authority for Privatization and Partnership in cooperation with Ericsson LLC and Oman Tel. The center is meant for supporting the national efforts in developing and localizing new technologies in the field of 5G and Internet of Things. The Supreme Council for Planning is in its meeting discussed the expected impacts of COVID-19 pandemic on Omani economy. It also reviewed the effects of sharp oil prices decline during the past month on the development budget funding and ways to deal with them. The Council further discussed on the initial features of the 10th five-year plan draft 2021 to 2025, in addition to the main pillars of the plan and programs, which will include, as it conceded, the first stage of the implementation of Oman Vision 2040. The meeting was headed by His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masood As-Sunaidi, Minister of Commerce and Industry, Deputy Chairman of the Council. The Ministry of Health announced 1,605 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, which brings the total number registered in the Sultanate to 31,076, including 137 deaths. The Ministry of Health stresses that 856 cases have been recovered today, which brings the total number of recoveries in the Sultanate to 16,408. The World Health Organization praised the Sultan's keenness to use technology to control coronavirus COVID-19. More details in the following report.
In a report published by World Health Organization Regional Office for the Eastern Mediterranean, the organization praised the Sultanate's keenness to use technology to control the coronavirus COVID-19 and limit its spread. The report published by the office on its website confirmed that Oman has launched some of the most powerful technological solutions deployed to date in the Middle East to track the movement and spread of COVID-19 and ensure patient compliance with isolation measures in an effort to contain the disease in the country. Named Tarassud Plus, the system is a combination of a mobile application using artificial intelligence with enhanced features that include up-to-date COVID-19 statistics, guidelines and best practices to prevent the spread of infection. The application also enables access to medical hotlines and support staff so that patients can discuss their symptoms and be directed to facilities where they can access care. Once patients are diagnosed, a medical tracking bracelet connected to the application ensures that they stay at home for the duration of their quarantine or isolation. The application is available in Arabic, English, Hindi, Bengali, and Urdu, in an effort to cater to both citizens and residents in Oman. The platform can be used to combat misinformation about the spread of the virus, and if it's more widely distributed, can help limit future outbreaks through early detection of symptoms and effective contact tracing. Officials say it may be used in the future to guarantee that individuals who test positive for the coronavirus cannot access crowded places such as malls and mosques. Moreover, the capital Muscat has established a round-the-clock center of operation management to sift through COVID-19 data and conduct epidemiological surveillance to track the spread of the virus effectively.
Back to work is a step of hope for the best to come. Here are the instructions that will protect you from coronavirus. Wear masks while leaving your house by following proper procedures. Keep a physical distance of at least 2 meters away from others. Follow the main hygienic procedures of washing hands and sanitizing from time to time. Avoid using elevators as much as possible, and if you have to use it, ensure less number of people to guarantee physical distance from one another. Gatherings at entrances, waiting rooms, offices, meeting halls, and prayer places are forbidden. If you have any symptoms of the disease, immediately contact the bodies concerned specified by the Ministry of Health. By adhering to these instructions, it will assist you in preventing from contracting the COVID-19. Stay safe.
Donating blood contributes to saving the lives of thousands of patients, and it is considered as a great merit in this world and the hereafter, as Islam urges to help others. More details in the following report.
The Department of Blood Bank Services is calling for more support from donors to donate blood. The institution indicated that while all blood types are needed to meet hospitals' demands, negative types are more required due to their rarity. There is continuous demands for all types of blood.
We would like to thank all the donors who responded to our call for the negative group, especially the B negative group who came already and donated. And we would like to ask all other donors to continue coming, and we want to see more of the donors who are responding to come. We want to ensure that all safety measures and the precaution regarding this COVID infection is taken.
Blood is the most precious gift that anyone can give to another person. The gift of life. A decision to donate your blood can save a life or even several if your blood is separated into its components: red cells, platelets, and plasma, which can be used individually for patients with specific conditions. The Department of Blood Bank Services is committed to providing a safe and adequate supply of blood to healthcare institutions to save lives of patients who require blood transfusions.
I'm a regular blood donor. I encourage people to come and donate since our hospitals, they have a very big need for blood. So I want to see all my friends and family and all the people to come and donate, and encourage them to come. It's really safe now, and you can come and donate.
Strict protocols related to the selection of blood donors amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The staff are following stringent measures pertaining to donor selection and their safety, and sufficient distance between donors' beds. Thus, the institution has created one of the best blood transfusion services in providing safe blood for transfusion through voluntary donation.
There is a great need of blood in our healthcare institutions, and as we can see here, a good number of people have responded to that particular call to donate blood. Would like to see more and more people coming forward to donate blood to meet the healthcare services need. Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Blood Bank in Bushehr.
The Shura Council referred today the Bill of Protecting Personal Information to the State Council after voting for the amendments of the draft law. More details in the following report by Khalfan Al-Kindi.
Privacy of information law refers to the law that deals with the regulation, storing and using of personally identifiable information, personal health care and financial information of individuals. The Shura Council had a whole-day session discussing the Bill of Protecting Personal Information, which has been already referred to the Majlis by the government.
This bill dealing with the personal data of any person in this country to protect his personal data, either trading data, scientific data, law data, or other data.
During the discussion, His Excellency Yaqub bin Muhammad Al-Harthi, rapporteur of the Legislative Committee in the Majlis, read every article in details, and consequently the members showed their comments on it. The next step was voting for the bill to gain the majority for any amendment. Within the two-day sittings, there is plenty of issues to be continued by tomorrow, as Mr. Al-Amri added.
We have many replies from the different units of the government. Among of them we can mention here the reply of His Excellency the Minister of Manpower about a parliament question regarding the employees' humanization in the public companies, and he mentioning that there is an improvement in the numbers of Omani employers in these companies, either in the high positions or in the medium level and low level of workers.
In conclusion, the Majlis referred the Bill of Protecting Personal Information to the State Council, with the amendment suggested by the members for more discussions in the State Council. Well, within the discussion of today's session in Majlis Ash-Shura, several issues have been revealed. One of them is the importance of the legislative law of protecting personal data. Saif Al-Kindi for English News, Muscat.
Nama Group held its annual press conference at which it indicated key indicators and achievements in 2019. More details in the following report.
The operational and financial performance and key achievements in 2019, along with the current and future plans, were presented by Nama Group at its annual press conference. The group's revenues reached more than 1.25 billion Omani Riyals, with a net profit of 60.4 million Omani Riyals after tax, while the group's capital investments amounted to 285 million Omani Riyals, and the assets stood at 6.9 billion Omani Riyals in 2019. Nama Group indicated the success of privatizing the power generation sector.
2019 was a good year in general for the electricity sector and for Nama Group. We have started and successfully completed the first privatization phase with the privatization of Oman Transmission Company, 49% sale of that company to an international investor, and we started the program also for the privatization of Muscat electricity. Another important project is the North-South interconnector, which was kicked off in 2019. and is currently progressing. Basically, it links, it is the phase 1 of the North-South connector linking all the way to Duqm.
In the fields of renewable energy, Nama Group is implementing several development projects and connecting the electricity networks throughout the Sultanate in line with Oman Vision 2040 by providing 30% of the energy consumed from the renewable energy by 2030.
The renewable energy, the Dhofar government wind farm started operation in 2019 with a maximum capacity of 50 megawatt hour, and it's a start in the long-term plan for the use of renewable energy in Oman. Every power plant is 500 megawatt from solar resources has been signed, and the project for that has started. And the mapping of wind resources in Oman also has started to enable new projects in the future.
At the press conference, Nama Group also indicated that the Omanization percentage of the total number of employees in the group has increased to 95.1% and 100% in the leadership level. During the past 15 years, the group has made great strides in many key areas in the sector, including recording an increase in the size of the transmission network by 181%, an increase in the electricity supply to customers by 256%, an increase in gas efficiency by 46%, a reduction in network losses from 24.6% to 9.6%, and a growth in the total revenue by 479%. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
The Sawa'id program run by Oman Logistics Center of Asyad Group targeted more than 5,000 students and career guidance specialists. This comes within the framework of the efforts exerted by the center in introducing business environment in the logistics sector, developing national cadres' knowledge and practice, and enhancing the role of human resources through research and development programs to achieve growth in logistics business by using best international practices and technologies. The program seeks to keep pace with the expected growth in job opportunities at logistics sector through vocational training according to the international quality standards. The Ministry of Sports Affairs, represented in the main committee for the Youth Innovation Competition in its 7th version, continued announcements of winners at the field of the competition via teleconference, where the main committee announced the winners in the field of poetry, fine art, photography, digital design, feature films, in addition to cultural competition. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Research Council discusses the executive plan draft of the National Strategy for Scientific Research and Development 2040. The Supreme Council for Planning discusses initial features of the 10th five-year plan draft and the expected impact of COVID-19 pandemic on Omani economy. And the Ministry of Health announces 1,605 new confirmed COVID-19 cases and 856 recoveries. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studios and the newsroom, it's good night.